So welcome students. So in this question you are given a functional equation f of x plus 2y is equal to 2y f of x plus x times f of y minus 3xy plus 1, and f dash of 0 is equal to 1. That's given information. You are asked to find f of 2. So first, let us put x is equal to 0 and y is equal to 0 in this functional equation. So what do you get? F of 0 is equal to y is 0. So 0 plus x is 0, 0 minus 3 into 0 is 0 plus 1. That means f of 0 has to be equal to 1. So now what is f dash of 0? So f dash of 0 is equal to, from first principle, so limit h tends to 0, f of h minus f of 1, f of h minus f of 0 by h. So this is the definition of f dash of 0. That is nothing but limit h tends to 0, f of h minus f of 0 is found out to be 1 by h, and this is given to be equal to 1. So this is a given information. This can be thought of as a given information. F dash of 0, from first principle it has to be equal to this, but this is given as equal to 1. Now what is f dash of any number x? So f dash of x is equal to limit h tends to 0, f of x plus h minus f of x by h. This is the general definition of the differentiation at some x. That is equal to limit h tends to 0, limit h tends to 0, f of x plus h. So if you put 2y is equal to h, if you put 2y is equal to h, so what becomes of f of x plus h? So you get h times, because 2y is h times f of x plus x times f of y. 2y is equal to h, so y is equal to h by 2. F of h by 2 minus 3x into y is h by 2 plus 1 by h. That is equal to limit h tends to 0, h times f of x, this is f of x plus h, minus f of x is also there, minus f of x. So h times f of x plus x times f of h by 2 minus 3x h by 2 plus 1 minus f of x, divided by h. So this is the expression for f dash of x, and in the question it's given that f is a differentiable function, that is f dash of x is always defined. Now let us closely examine this expression. So that is equal to, if you put h is equal to 0, what happens if you do the direct substitution? So the denominator is going to 0. So if this limit has to be defined, the numerator should also go to 0 as h tends to 0. So if the denominator is 0, is going to 0 and the numerator is not going to 0, that means the limit will become infinity where the differentiation is not defined. So now as you put h is equal to 0, what happens to the numerator? So if h is 0, so this will be equal to 0. So let us, I am interested in the numerator, 0. And if you put h is equal to 0, f of 0 is nothing but 1. So this becomes x minus h is 0, so 3x h by 2 is 0 plus 1 minus f of x minus f of x. So as you can see, this has to be equal to 0 irrespective of what h is. X plus 1 minus f of x has to be equal to 0. This means f of x should be equal to x plus 1. F of x should be equal to x plus 1. So only if f of x is equal to x plus 1 will this differentiation be defined. Hence, I got the function f of x is equal to x plus 1. So once f of x is equal to x plus 1, f of 0 is equal to 0 plus 1, which is equal to 1 is okay. You are asked to find f of 2. So what is f of 2? F of 2 should be equal to 2 plus 1, that is equal to 3. So 3 should be the right answer to this question. Thank you.